Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a wonderful day. As always, leaving comments, leaving a like, or subscribing, all this stuff is appreciated and does help the channel. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. In yet another confusing day for the cryptocurrency market, it says Bitcoin reverses losses, but why $40,000 still is the key. That's right. In a surprising move, the cryptocurrency market is once again in the green. Many coins have risen anywhere from 7%, 14%. There are some coins that are up by over 25% at the time of me making this video. This one says, Bitcoin and Ethereum rally, Solana and Luna accelerate. This one says Ethereum breaks above $2,500. $3,000 is the next target for Ether. Where this crazy new optimism for the market came from, I'm not sure. If you at any point yesterday were reading through any cryptocurrency price news, you saw, and I mean we saw, everyone was talking about this is it. Woe is us, prices will be going down for a very long time. I saw a number of articles. I decided to not add them in yesterday's video, because why would I make the entire video just about the negativity of the movements in prices for the cryptocurrency market? A number of analysts came forward yesterday talking about that Bitcoin was going to revisit $20,000. They expected a sub $25,000 Bitcoin. Was Ethereum going to reach $1,000 again? How weird that this morning, all of their predictions are now Ethereum's gearing up for 3,400. Bitcoin looks like it could be trying to get near $46,000 so that we can push to 50,000. And I'm like, what was the change? Is it simply that you opened up the prices this morning? You saw that the prices were in green and now you're writing nice, happy articles? I'm not really sure. This one says XRP is up in 24 hours. XRP needs to reclaim 70 cents. I think a lot of things need to reclaim 70 cents. I think no one will actually be excited, if you will, for XRP until we pass by at least $1 and some change again, because a lot of these coins are still severely undervalued. And it says Ethereum recovery runs into resistance. Why dips could be limited. No, there's no actual resistance. The resistance is Bitcoin moving, or the cryptocurrency market moving at some point in the future. We've heard thousands of times before that there is resistance, prices can't move, and then suddenly out of nowhere prices have skyrocketed. Resistance, my friends, is an actual wall in front of you. Like, let's say you're trying to drive somewhere and there's like 15 buildings in your way. That is resistance. You cannot pass through these things unless you tear down brick by brick to make a tunnel for you to be able to pass through. Resistance of us going down by 4, 5, 7, 8, 9% yesterday, and then the market simply not being able to recover, and then certain coins being up by 25%. That's like Bible page resistance. Like you kind of flick it and the whole thing tears apart because it's, super thin paper. So at the moment, in correlation news, stocks are also regaining. Prices are moving back up. At the moment, it says NASDAQ Composite turns a 3.5% loss into a 3.3% gain. It still sounds like it should be in the red, as stock market stages epic turnaround after the events of yesterday. Apparently, this website and a couple of others have listed the reasons as to why prices have gone back up, because apparently the President of the United States, I can't say exactly what took place, but he really wagged his finger at the place we were talking about yesterday, and therefore that resulted in consumer confidence. I didn't know that standing at a podium and announcing sanctions would, do that for the market, but alas, here we are. And also, they attribute this movement back up to people simply buying the dip. Not joking. Like, on many places, they said they assumed that investors looked at the graphs, not joking, and basically figured out that these assets were really undervalued. And despite what's logically going on around us or on the other side of the world, they basically decided that, no, I cannot have this. These assets are too undervalued, and therefore we must buy them up. Not joking. Those were the answers as to why the markets are moving back up. Do I believe it? No, not really. I think it's some type of other movement in the background. Once again, people who may be trying to pump the market as much as they possibly can to even cash out, because the future is still uncertain. I tried to be as honest with you as possible here, so that's basically all you're going to get from me. So at the moment, markets around the world are moving back up. A lot of people are, of course, quite excited. I mean, I was going to say keep your ear to the ground. Just keep your eyes on the television or your phone or your tablet just to, gauge the sentiment of what's actually happening in the world around us. But at the moment, prices are in green. So yeah, let's move on. I think the timing of this is quite spectacular. This and the next news story. If you were here, I know I keep going back in time, but it's relevant. If you were here at any point in 2018, 2019, whenever the cryptocurrency market would move back up from any slump that we were having, there were two places in particular who would release news. And that news, I believe, was always meant to move down the cryptocurrency market. And this is one of those places. And the next place is in the next news story. And you see exactly why. The Advertising Standards Council of India, or ASCI, announced rules for advertising and promoting virtual digital assets and services on Wednesday. The recommendations apply to all marketing relating to virtual digital assets, which are commonly referred to as crypto or NFT products, according to the Advertising Standards Council of India. First and foremost, all crypto-related advertisements must include a disclaimer. They said the disclaimer must be crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions. So the news is, instead of giving actual cryptocurrency regulation, they once again push crypto into this really weird gray area by saying you will be regulated, because being regulated also means you are being told exactly what must be inside of an advertisement. But at the same exact time, these things are still unregulated, and therefore you may lose all your money from that. While this is not the worst that we've gotten from India, it's still a bit of a mud thrown into a cake kind of a situation. But I think that's just the news that we're going to continue getting from there until they never actually give us cryptocurrency regulation. I'm still expecting about 3 to 5 years. I expect the US to have 5 Bitcoin, like proper spot ETFs, before India has any actual cryptocurrency regulation. I myself am not in India, but I have read the comments from people before who are in India on this channel, and they've told me some interesting things about the way that the country is governed, and they don't expect cryptocurrency regulations at any point in the future because of, is the word, I'm going to say light corruption, but it's probably a lot bigger than that. Anyway, that's the India news. This was also relatively popular, as you can see the guy cheering right here, because whenever anything that isn't a ban from India ends up coming out in the news, people get quite excited for it, but it's still garbage. Just give proper cryptocurrency regulation. It's been about 6 years. What are you waiting for? Anyway, tying directly, loosely into when prices go up, they make sure to give negative news. Guess who's back? China's crackdown on cryptocurrency took another turn on Thursday, as the country's Supreme Court declared it illegal to use Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as a means for fundraising. Now, my English may be a bit rusty. I assumed that the word ban meant something was banned. If we hear that, hey, paper is banned. I'm looking at paper on the desk. It was the first thing I could think of. And someone goes, oh, but you can still read books. I would go, is there really a ban? Because I assume when Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are banned, it was simply the entire basket of everything that comes with them. This revision to the country's judicial interpretation for illegal fundraising is the first time that China has included virtual currency transactions. I just assumed it was logically there. With that being the case, all activity and behavior related to the absorption of funds through virtual currency will be punished. Wow. Okay. The aim of this new policy change is to mitigate the risks associated with digital currency fundraising and the absorption, who uses absorption of funds from the public. The new law will come into effect on the 1st of March. This was also unpopular news. Why was this news? I'm not sure. I would love to hear them announce they have banned oranges. Now, hear me out. We have banned oranges. No one can use even the color orange. And then like 9 months later, they go, oh, you also can't have orange juice. No orange juice. Why is this news? I think they push this stuff out because they really want to control the, obviously they want to control the market for their own whatever, because that's how certain places on the planet are. But why this made the news? I'm not really sure. Why the Indian news made the news? I'm not really sure. But alas, here we are. That's the cryptocurrency market that we are in. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe I won't be able to send any fundraising to that country starting on the 1st of March. Anyway, that's the crackdown news, because they've remade it illegal within their country. I give it till, I'm going to say September. They're going to make something else banned or illegal that was already banned and illegal before, because maybe they just like being in the news. I'm not really sure. Alrighty. That's that news. Let's move on. Also this was actually quite popular news. Ethereum staking yields could double after the network merges with proof of stake beacon chain that is currently running alongside Ethereum's mainnet. According to estimates from Coinbase, in a message sent to clients and shared on social media, Coinbase noted that after the Ethereum mainnet merges with the beacon chain, a move that it says is expected around June of this year. Keep that time frame in your head. Ethereum staking yields could rise as rewards will incorporate net transaction base fees currently paid to people mining Ethereum. I said keep that in your mind because a situation like that has happened before many times in the cryptocurrency space, where we have been told that something is going to happen. A coin is going to upgrade, it's going to have a merge, it's going to have a hard fork, whatever the situation might be. And the cryptocurrency exchange announces, hey, this event, we're expecting it around April, when we don't have an exact date. This is normally because the developers and or some head people from said project you kind of have to tell the cryptocurrency exchange, hey, we're going to be upgrading on this date, so make sure that your systems are ready. So as of now, we have June to kind of play around with. Coinbase estimates that the current Ethereum staking yields are between 4 to 5% and could go upwards of 9 to 12% as well. The beacon chain is a proof of stake blockchain currently running alongside Ethereum. Staking 32 Ether on the network allows users to effectively run their own node and earn returns on their funds for helping secure the network. Funds on the beacon chain are locked until the launch of Ethereum 2.0. We went over that a couple of days ago. People have already been pre-staking on the actual network so that they can actually receive their funds once Ethereum 2.0 has launched. This would be quite monumental for the network, especially as we continue to hear about, first of all, it already is, but continue to hear about the amount of transactions happening on the network. We expect more transaction throughput. We have been told before by Mr. Vitalik anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 plus transactions per second. I assume maybe even further on a proof of stake chain that's also going to have other chains and other layers around it. And then also, people are already using Ethereum as a staking platform. If you double the rewards, once again, there are not many things on the planet that actually give us these kind of any kind of returns like that, especially when it comes to stock, bonds, mutual funds, and even real estate. Not many people are receiving a 12% return on their rental income from the properties that they own, especially when it comes to the, I'm not going to dig too deep into this, but me and my friends were discussing before, like, you own a property and, you know, you have to collect the rent, or you have, you know, a company collect the rent, you have to clean it, you have to do all these other things. Imagine having that same amount of money in a cryptocurrency, on a cryptocurrency exchange that's kind of monitored and held for you. And basically all you have to do is receive money every single month that the network is paying out, especially if it's 12%. We would see a huge amount of movement of people to that network, especially as more Ethereum gets locked up, the price continues to rise, yada, yada, yada. You kind of get the idea. So I'm not sure if Ethereum moved up in price because of this news, but it would seem kind of logical that this would, you know, normally we would see a movement in price because of news like this, but the market doesn't make any sense. So, you know, anyway, that's the Ethereum staking question mark. Will they double in June or July news? I'm telling you, if Ethereum by August or September is not over $7,000 or $8,000, I'm just going to kind of throw my hands up in the air because, you know, logic. Anyway, that's the Coinbase talking about Ethereum yields potentially doubling by June news. And yeah, watch them wait until the very last day of June. I can feel it. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also in the news today, this was the most popular news story of the day. Never really makes a lot of sense. Coinbase's Q4 financial report vastly exceeded market expectations on Thursday after the firm posted a $2.5 billion net revenue for the quarter. That is in one quarter, $2.5 billion revenue, beating analyst predictions by 27%. FactSet Consensus had forecasted Coinbase to generate approximately $1.9 billion in revenue for the period. Notably, the popular crypto exchange more than doubled transaction revenue from Q3 to Q4, generating 91% of its total Q4 revenue from transactions alone. Do you remember, and I think people simply don't care anymore, do you remember last year or the year before when we were talking about staking on different networks, and I think Binance Smart Chain was just beginning to really kind of launch out there, and they were announcing how much their transaction fees were on the network for staking, for holding your coins, for all the things Binance. And I think Binance's fees, forgive me if I am wrong here, but I believe for one of the staking coins, I think it was around 0.05%. So it was like, you know, less than a tenth of 1%. But then also in the news that day, Coinbase was charging 25% for the same exact feature. And I was like, why is anyone using a platform that charges them 25%? Clearly, no one watched that video, because this is exactly how you generate $2.5 billion over the course of a 3-month period just from transactions on your platform. So anyway, this is very popular news. Here's the actual graph right here for those who are interested in the numbers. Most popular news story of the day. Why it's never anything that makes sense or should be really popular. A lot of people weren't even upset with them for making this amount of money. You know, maybe people like paying these high fees. It's like years ago when I was even trying to get into mutual funds. I mean, this was way, way back in the day. And I used to use, I think it was Vanguard, because they had super, super low fees. And somebody else was telling me to use another platform that had like 4 times as many fees as what I was using. And they were like, yeah, but the platform's easier to use. And I was like, well, I click here, I put money in here, and then I click enter. And they were like, yeah, but mine is 2 clicks. And I was like, is that 1 extra click worth 4 times the amount of fees? I'm not really sure. So this was the most popular news story of the day. the fact that Coinbase made tons of money just off of transaction fees. Yeah, I know it's weird. I know you don't got to say it. Anyway, that's the Coinbase is still making money news. Alrighty. Let's move on. Wait, where is it? Where is it? There we go. Also in news today, Cash App, the popular mobile payment service developed by Block, formerly known as Square, has become a highly popular vehicle for purchasing Bitcoin. According to an earnings report today, the company accrued $1.96 billion in Bitcoin revenue during the fourth quarter of 2021. The figure comes from page 10 of the earnings report, which states that Block generated $4 billion in net revenue throughout quarter four. The company says it had that's a huge amount of money just from you know how many companies have been around for years? And I mean years, maybe even decades, and they still don't make $4 billion in one quarter. And all these platforms offer is a way for you to be able to buy something. Like you are literally just able to buy cryptocurrencies on their platform or move money around. Imagine, okay, $4 billion in net revenue throughout quarter four, 3 months. The company says it had $2.1 billion in revenue excluding Bitcoin, meaning nearly half of the company's inflows were thanks to Cash App's Bitcoin purchasing service. That's a 12% increase in Bitcoin revenue year over year. I'm sorry for laughing, but these numbers are absolutely out of this world. It's kind of like there was some photo somewhere online, and it was one of those hustle posts. But it made, not that it made sense, but it was like it was talking about like the world's largest taxi service has no cars. It was Uber. The world's largest hotel service, what have you, really owns no apartment. It was Airbnb. And like, it makes so much sense. Like, you simply just offer people, hey, you can download my app and buy something that you were able to buy somewhere else. And hey, I get a cut for it, and therefore I made $2 billion over the course of it. Anyway, so yeah. Also in the news, do people feel, what is it? Do people feel happy because they're like, hey, I have that app on my phone, and look how much money they made. Remember years ago when everyone made fun of Tesla? For those of you who need a time machine, this was like 5 or 6 years ago, just in case you forgot. Tesla was a joke. Nobody wanted a Tesla. Teslas were too expensive. And then out of nowhere, I think one quarter, they made a huge amount of profit. The stock skyrocketed. And then suddenly celebrities were buying up Teslas. They were like, oh, Tesla's green. It helps the future energy and the planet. And then other people started buying Teslas, and now Teslas are like a status symbol. Did everyone forget that? Remember, no one remembers years ago when everyone was making fun of Elon Musk and Tesla all the time because Elon Musk is always promising stuff that has never happened? No one remembers that? And now they're making tons of... Is it that you can now brag about the company who you have on your phone making more money, and therefore it makes you feel like you made more money? I really do wonder these things because, okay, anyway, so yeah, Coinbase made tons of money, Block made tons of money. I assume they're going to continue making tons of money. I really do wonder. I can pretty much assume what they do with the extra money. Like, $2 billion is a huge amount of money. Do they simply buy up more Bitcoin from the $2 billion or the extra profits that they've made? I always wonder. Maybe they're like buying islands or something. Oh, they're probably buying islands. Anyway, that's the, if you get a chance, look up floating cities. I was discussing with my friend not only the current world situation, but just in general. For those of you who have been in the crypto market long enough to remember the word citadel, I was Googling something and it popped up and I was like, oh, of course this makes sense. A city floating in the middle of nowhere that's not next to anyone else. Look up floating cities because they're already being built right now. And they are clearly, and I'll put it to you this way, if Bitcoin does ever reach dollar to Satoshi value, these things are probably going to cost about a good 2 to 3 million Satoshis, you know. Anyway, that's the Cash App news. Sorry for the segue, but you had, you know. Anyway, alrighty. Okay. All right. Let's move on. And to finish things off sure, Aptos, that is APTOS, a new layer 1 blockchain built by many of the key developers from Diem, that is DIEM, Facebook/Meta's recently abandoned crypto project, was announced today. For those of you who did not get that, the people who were working on Libra, who rechanged their name to Diem, who were working for Facebook, who is now called Meta, have announced that they're all launching their own layer 1 blockchain cryptocurrency. There's a new competitor in the layer 1 smart contract space. Developers of Meta's Diem blockchain announced the Aptos blockchain. The Aptos team bills it as a blockchain. Now hear the words, because these words have never been said before. Wink. The Aptos team bills its blockchain as a chance to deliver on its vision of delivering the safest and most production-ready blockchain in the world. It also attempts to address issues of the blockchain trilemma that holds back full-scale adoption of decentralized networks. Where have we heard that before? Every other blockchain after Ethereum. Where have we heard that before? Every other coin ever since Bitcoin first came out to being a coin. It's happened every single time. For those of you who have not been here in the space since 2013 and 2014, this used to get me. It doesn't get me anymore. I remember when first of all, Bitcoin was it back in the day. Bitcoin was like, you know, the coin to have. And then all these other coins started coming out. There was WorldCoin and VertCoin and like Landcoin. And I think there was like Bitcoin Black and Bitcoin Dark. Like these were all real coins. And every single time you would read their white paper, it would say something along the lines of, we aim to be the strongest and fastest and quickest, to have more transaction throughput, to provide true decentralization. And I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. Why can't Bitcoin do that? And then over the years, as these hundreds of coins have come and gone, I just realized that every single coin, that, not to say that Aptos won't do it, but you know, Luna says this, Chainlink says this, Polkadot says this, even Ethereum kind of says it, especially with the new upgrades. Cardano says this. I think XRP had like a week where they were trying to say something like that, but alas. Aptos' CEO Mo Shaikh wrote in a blog post, "We are the original creators, researchers, designers, and builders of Diem, the blockchain that was first built to serve this purpose. While the world never got to see what we built, our work is far from over." I think the world didn't want to see what you guys had built because it was going to be run and controlled by Facebook, which is terrible. Don't ever forget, never, the atrocities that Facebook is maybe still doing. Remember all the times we found out they were stealing user data and misusing information and selling it to gigantic corporations, and they were like, sorry, we didn't mean to. Can you guys remember I showed you in the other video? Don't forget the ad campaigns. This was 3 or 4 years ago. Don't forget the ad campaigns that were plastered on every bus, every Uber driving by, every train, inside of trains, where it was like, hey, we care about your data now because you found out what we were doing before. That's why I think the world didn't really care that we didn't get to see what Diem was. Aptos will be based in part on the former Diem team members' work since 2019. The new blockchain using Diem's coding language will be called Move. And Andreessen Horowitz, as usual, is also reportedly involved as well. Andreessen Horowitz is in every single thing. Like, not some of the things, they're in every single cryptocurrency project. It's kind of like, the phrase isn't testing your cookies. Leaving your cookies? Their hands in every cookie jar. I like that one. Testing your cookies. Anyway, so the news is Aptos is apparently going to be launching the next couple of weeks. I can feel it. I can feel the movement behind the screen. A lot of you have already picked up another device to figure out exactly how to buy some Aptos, how to invest in it. This is more than likely probably going to be a stable coin, just going off of what the original idea for Diem was. But, you know, always be careful where you put your money. Just because something is brand new and shiny does not mean you have to put your money into it. Also, once again, for those of you who've been here for at least, here you go, you know, now veterans, if you've been here for more than 2 or 3 years, you have heard this speech at least 45 different times before. And I can only, the word isn't lead by example, but I try to tell you every single time that some nonsense like this ends up taking place. You know, if in a year and a half, Aptos is coin number 3, I promise you I will make a video talking about how Aptos is the it. It is amazing. It is incredible. I can't believe that they have taken over the world, and Binance and Ethereum, and watch your back Bitcoin, because Aptos is going to be it. I promise you I'll do it. It's not that I don't have any shame. It's more of a, I'll admit when I'm incorrect. It's just more of a, you know, don't forget about Solana and Chainlink and Polkadot and what's the other one? Bajoop, whatever the name of the other coins are that everyone keeps telling me are amazing. Don't forget that those are also amazing, and you love those coins. Just because this is a brand new one, new coin on the block, that you have to, you know, rush to this one. Anyway, that's the, give me until summer 2023 to see if this has done anything. All right. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. GBU Wally, formerly known as Professor Wally, Darren Davis, How's Life Austin, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Chris Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It with Valor, Fud, Wiser, More Defied. Roman Geba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony, Ambrosi, The Dealer's Den, Red Plum, Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Call This Was Like, Mobarazzi, Jojo, Shawsho, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Bitty, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima Reader, Bilbiophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World Bank, Roll Network, Crypto Artist, Cody 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavodi, Jim Gardner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller His Chest Every Day, and Kauskis. Like day, there we go. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, Crayola and Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel, who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. I do thank thee. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment or comments, or has subscribe. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at 38,376. It is up by 8%. It's doing that really weird, hey, let's move up higher, wait, sideways kind of thing. I don't know why that's been happening for years now. There's never like any clear direction. We shoot up and then just completely trend sideways. And that's just where the market currently is. Ethereum is at 2,614. It is up by 9.44%. Binance Coin is up by 7. Luna is up by 25 percentile points. Why can't the rest of the market be doing that right now? What's holding it back? Not a lot, I tell you. Avalanche is up by 10. Polkadot is up by 11. Kronos, oh, that was formerly Crypto Coin, I think, is up by 13 percentile points. Litecoin is up by 8. Matic is up by 10. Cosmos is up by 10. Chainlink is up by 12. Don't forget about these amazing coins. Don't forget about these, you know, don't run to Aptos. Don't forget that you have Maticos and Cosmos and Chainlinkos right here as well. Uniswap is up by 9. Algorand is up by 9. Decentraland is up by 12 percentile points. Phantom is up by 14. Hedera Bar is up by 9. VeChain is up by 8. Axie Infinity is up by 6. Tezos is up by 13%. Wow, remember when Tezos was a top 10 coin? Pepperidge Farm remembers. And Helium is up by 9.7 percentile points. pretty good. Let's see what happens on the weekend. I don't know. You know, the world's still doing stuff. So let's see exactly where prices are by Monday. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great... If you are still watching this, if you are a true TMI fan, write the word aptos, A-P-T-O-S in the comment section. I mean, it sounds like a... I probably can't say the words. I don't know. It sounds like a little character that we used to play in a video game. You would throw a ball at, and it would catch, and it would go, yoop, 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 and you go, psh, oh, I caught it. But like if you put a Z in front of it or a Z in front of it, like aptos with a Z, that's what I keep thinking every time I hear it. Anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See